How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Merry Christmas to you guys. If I don't talk to anybody tomorrow, oh Lord, if I don't see anybody tomorrow, Merry Christmas to you. Hold on one second. You gotta focus with this phone. You can't just, you can't. It's hard to text and drive with this phone. And y'all, real niggas, don't start that talking about, oh, he got a flip phone. No, don't start that. This learned behavior. I got this phone because, well, yeah, maybe I shouldn't even say that. But like I said, I like this phone. This phone can stay charged for 3 days on one charge. 3, 4, 5 days. I hadn't charged this phone in like 5 days. Look at the battery charge. Yeah. This phone always work. I could be in the mountains and this phone work. So I ain't with all that other stuff now. Don't be trying to, don't be trying to associate me with that bullshit. Kwame used to trap. Man, y'all, boy, y'all need to cut that shit out. Anywho, oh Lord, it's the first 2 minutes. Excuse me, you two. Y'all done. Now I gotta calm all the way down. I'm loving my crossbow. I am loving my crossbow. This is one of the best gifts I ever got from someone. Normally people don't buy me gifts. They just be like, it's so hard. Man, if you like a country nigga, it is so easy to buy a country nigga some gifts. Go to Bass Pro Shop. Go to Cabela's. I just learned about that place. I love that place. Go to Dick's Sporting Goods. Go to somewhere where they got country shit. And if you bring that man home one of these that go along with a crossbow or any type of firearm that you can look up, any type of buck knife, any type of phone case with camouflage on it, something. Boy, look here, he gonna love you to death. Yeah, Cabela's. I done fell in love with that place. You gonna see the old Buster, but I got me a whole army fatigue. Yeah. hmm Yeah, I'm gonna look like a tree in my yard. People been threatening me, so I'm gonna be standing there in my yard like a tree with my crossbow beside me. It's camo. Yeah, I'm gonna spray it camo, and I'm gonna be standing there looking tall like a tree. And y'all know I got that mask that go green too. And I'm gonna be just sitting there looking like rubbish. And then last thing you gonna see it. I'm just playing, you two. I'm just playing. I am so just playing. But anywho, Kwame on time today. What y'all say? You know what? I used to think like I was watching all. I'm gonna keep it real. I was watching all the successful YouTubers. I'm probably gonna get in trouble with this. Probably start a beef up with a whole nother YouTuber just for saying this YouTuber name. But I was watching Kevin Samuels. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. And you know, he would say he gonna go on time, and then he'd give a 15-minute runoff. Shit, sometimes 25-minute runoff, and we all be right there waiting like, when this nigga gonna come? Shit, this nigga always late, but I'm still sitting there. I put the reminder on or something so he can hit me. And I was like, what the fuck, nigga? Man, fuck this phone. So I said, shit, I need to do that. If I can get people to sit there and wait on me, I should. No. Hey, but check this out, though. Let's get into the topic. I watched the Vlad TV and Gilbert Arenas interview. Carcino, what's up, bro? Salute to you. I see you doing your thing. Y'all go over there and subscribe. Trust me. Casino Breakdown. Y'all can call it hate. You can call it whatever. But I played the game. But the breakdown that he's having on these Lakers and how they're standing straight up and how they're not playing defense, I'll be rolling on the floor laughing. So go over there and check out my boy Casino for life. Go subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Even if you hate the Lakers, you need to go over there and just look at why you guys are losing. And there's no hate in that. He has a right to say what he's saying. It's not hate. But anyway, uh, and pro basketball updates, and Ticket TV. They're the same people, but it's two different channels. Go check them out. Also, Carcino got One Crack News. And definitely go check out my boy's self-talk clips, got dang on bus life clips, self-talk clip. Hey, self-talk the GOAT, boy, clip. I appreciate it, John. Boy, go. Hey, look, just Google self-talk. I don't think nobody know who self-talk is, but Google self-talk and then follow everything that say self-talk. Clip, whip, step. Self-talk, god dang, boy. Listen here, man. You gonna have to let me learn the editing skills now. What you say? Never late when you always on time. That's what I'm talking about. Well, listen, man. I've been trying to since yesterday, right? Last night, I saw DJ Vlad talk to Gilbert Arenas, right? And the interesting thing about it is Vlad has been FaceTiming me and calling me about an interview. But I've had my reservations with it because of a few situations that happened. I don't want to bring that back up, but I had my reservations with doing the interview. So when it was brought to my attention that he wanted to do the interview, I'm like, nigga, I'm just standing next to RZA at an event. I like the opportunity. He gonna bring me an audience of 4.8 million people or something like that. But I'm battling with the situations because I'm like, this will be the first time he interviews somebody that's just a man and not a rapper and not a entertainer, and that's not gonna come like a celebrity. Uh, other than no, I take that back. He interviewed a couple other people that wasn't a celebrity entertainer, but the first time a person that was an entertainer and celebrity that's saying I'm not that, I'm just a man. And I could have really broke down to him this man shit and the imagery that they're putting out about black young males that do great things. The Breakfast Club never spoke my name until they were talking about my murderous daddy. Vlad TV never spoke my name until I go viral on the internet for Mama's Cooking. Dr. Boyce Watkins never spoke my name until I entered into a space where it took some money out of his pocket. Hassan Campbell has never mentioned my name, never said disparaging words like, don't compare me to a basketball player, until I entered in a space that affected their pockets. So when I came to YouTube, I said this shit was about money. I said it's not more about racism, it's about money. And I can detail out that Vlad TV is the first white boy that has talked about the Busty Bus. Every other person has been black. And they did it for money. And so I said, it's something about me. I always get in trouble for telling the truth. This world ain't built on people that tell the truth. This world is built on crooks, criminals, and liars. So that's why I used to be quiet in most of the rooms that I was in, because I knew you didn't want to hear what the fuck I had to say. Because what I have to say is going to contradict and make it look like everything you doing is fucked up and you shouldn't be doing it. And it's going to detail why. Because I was connected to old people that said you don't bend, you don't fold, and you don't lay on no motherfucking white man lap, Kevin Hart, and then brag about making a fucking $1 billion. It's just certain shit you don't do. I was raised by niggas that raised me in a way that you don't do certain things. And in this world now, it's so accepting to do everything as long as it's a bag that come behind it. You justify any behavior with money. You justify any man you with for money. You justify any girl you got for money. So this shit ain't about race no more. This shit about classism and this shit about money. And let me tell you why it's about classism. I never fit the bill my whole life. I wasn't bankable for white folks. Imagine if I was white. Imagine if I was Asian. DJ Vlad sat up there and said to Gilbert Arenas, and Gilbert Arenas is from the West Coast. And there's no offense to the West Coast, but us niggas raised different in the South. Families migrated from this racist shit from the South to go out West to get a little bit different treatment. In the South, nigga, they try to make you know your place. I'm from an era where the best quarterbacks were black and they turned them into wide receiver because the coach son got to play that. The coach son got to be Tom Brady. So you never got to see Russell Wilsons and Cam Newtons and people like that, because where I'm from, that is a job designed for white boys. So I talk and walk the way I talk because I know a real life, nigga, and it might be a different perspective than yours. But nigga, when I say I bought my mama a house and I'm proud of that, I don't give a fuck about no bus title. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I was raised by old niggas that told me a man provide and protect. And ain't there a woman, ain't there a child, ain't there nobody did this to around me. They said I'm supposed to provide and protect. And since 14, I've been going to motherfucking get it. Vlad, since 14, I can't see a white boy that can measure up my life. You heard that song? My life, my life. Since 14, when it got real, I didn't go to jail. I didn't take the easy way out. I went to work, nigga. I was there to see my mama cry. I was there to see her smile. I was there to see the birthdays. I was there to see everything, nigga. Because I was present. So yeah, nigga, when you talk about me, you gonna talk about me in a way that you gonna respect me like them white boys, nigga. Cause you know why? I can't see a white boy that you could put in my position and they can do what the fuck I did. And that's why I know I'm a hell of a nigga. It just ain't no black boy magic. But you in the presence of magic. Imagine going from a homeless shelter. Imagine having a murderous daddy. Imagine having no shoes on your feet. Imagine sitting in a cheese line with white people, black people, Mexican people. Imagine still having a motherfucking dream, nigga. Imagine. And you want me to think somebody above me? Imagine that. A nigga since 14 been going to get it? Imagine that. A nigga since 19 been a millionaire? Imagine that. And I've been black the whole time doing it. In a system where a white boy will talk about me and only make me specific to a game. But see, I know a different game. And I know a real game. Imagine if I was a white boy that came through a homeless shelter and a cheese line. Imagine how they would have shaped the story. Every motherfucking story has been negative about me. But imagine if I was white. Coming through a homeless shelter, a cheese line, being white, and then becoming the #1 draft pick out of high school. Imagine what they would have said. Imagine Not only coming out of a homeless shelter where your brothers are going to prison for selling drugs and they kicking in your door every 2, 3 goddamn seconds. Imagine that boy graduating with honors. Imagine that young Vlad, you forgot that part. I graduated with honors. Yeah, Good Academy High School. There's also some public records you can look up about me. I told you niggas you gonna prove I'm a hell of a nigga, and I meant that shit. It's public records. Glen Academy High School. I graduated with honors from a homeless shelter and a cheese line from a single mother that was married to a man that was a murderer. So what's your excuse? I said you was gonna prove I'm a hell of a nigga, and I knew this was quicksand, and I knew you was coming. Imagine if I was white. Would they be talking about expectations from a #1 draft pick that never got the fucking ball? Would they actually tell the truth? Because there are also some other expectations for a #1 draft pick. Guess what happens to most #1 draft picks? They give them the keys to the arena. They give them the goddamn ball. And they say it's your show to sink or swim. Now you tell me how the fuck I do that in 14 fucking minutes. Since you want to keep bringing this conversation about fucking basketball. But I was waiting on a white boy big enough to talk. Because this ain't about basketball I've been talking about ever. This is about the image of the black male. Where is the black boy magic? I am the #1 motherfucking draft pick out of high school, made history in the Guinness Book of World Records, and you know him as a bust. Why? Imagine if I was a black girl. Imagine if I was a black woman where they could not write a negative article, where they have to say something positive, where it goes with the narrative of black girl magic. Imagine if I was a black woman. I would have my own fucking commercial every day. But a black man that made history, you let a weak weasel call him a bust that didn't have a job. Now, Vlad, why is this black man the first in history where a sports news analyst went to high schools and colleges, sir? Thank you for opening me up to your 4.8 million people. And I hope some of these white people hear this shit. How you guys lynch black males in the media. How no matter what we do, we gotta be perfect plus plus. A black motherfucking man was the #1 draft pick, and you son of a bitches wrote every story impossible negative about a motherfucker that most of you never met. Sally Jenkins. How can these things be true? How can I have a motherfucking plaque on my wall that say honor roll, but I need a motherfucker to help me do the dry cleaning? You guys had the perfect racket. You made the #1 draft pick look like Kevin Hart without the white man holding him and sitting on his lap. Every motherfucking article you wrote made it seem like I was weak. Every picture you post on the internet, it make me look like I'm sad. Because y'all don't want to talk about the economics. Yeah. You don't want to talk about how much money a nigga like me cost them colleges. Yeah. I'm the scariest thing to you white boys, ain't it? That's why you want to tell every high school player, every college player, and trick them into thinking they need 6 months on a college campus. Because the one and done rule, they could be done playing in 3, 4 fucking months. That's teaching them the game? No. It's putting your hands in their motherfucking pocket. It's forever putting your hands in their pocket. See, as a black man, from the day you born, they supposed to make money off of you. That's how it's designed in America. As a black man, you the lab rat. Yeah, we're gonna give you money for rapping, but you better be talking about killing niggas, fucking hoes, and getting them pregnant and getting them drunk. Give them yeah, that. Let me call this girl. Mimi, I'm on live, Mimi. Please don't call me no more. Please don't call me no more. We're gonna fall out as friends. We're gonna fall out. All my friends, before you call me, check YouTube. I'm a big YouTuber. I'm just bullshit. But damn, I hate when I get these phone calls. But like I was saying, imagine if I was a black woman with all the accolades. Not only am I Mr. Georgia, I have the key to my city. I've been very charitable in my city. But they only tell you about the arrest. They only show you when I go to jail. And nine times out of 10, when I'm going to jail, I'm doing some man shit. Who the hell are you talking to, cop? Shut up, get on the curb. No, you ain't talking to me like that. I'm gonna get on the curb, but fuck you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know about being black in America. Look what it looked like. And it seemed like we have a disdain for every strong, tall, dark male, especially the dark male. Imagine me being an Asian boy. Imagine me being Asian. Lynn Sanity took off for a year or 6 months. Imagine the country I have behind me. The first black high school player to be taken overall #1 was a black man. That is history in the fucking making. You supposed to goddamn never let nobody say shit, especially when you only played this motherfucker 4, 5 minutes of goddamn game and garbage minutes. You don't know what this son bitch could have did. Especially when you have Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, that is one of the greatest players that ever played the game, that came right out of high school. So it's no smear campaign needed, especially when you have LeBron James, who is arguably the 1-2 greatest player that ever played the game. When you have Kevin Garnett, when you have Jermaine O'Neal, when you have Al Harrington, when there's so many other players, and we were getting better and better and younger and younger. LeBron is in year 9 fucking team. Now, through smearing Kwame Brown, I believe Stephen A. helped out a few things. He helped out the one and done rule. He helped out this G League, that it also keeps brothers from making the type of money that these young brothers was making. This shit is about money. This is about money and keeping niggas in line like robots. Now, if you're talking crazy, your ass going to the G League. Nobody want that, so mum is the word. Now, if you're a veteran, you ain't getting that respect you used to get as a veteran to sit there and coach young players up. Unless you a company man, your ass out the league, or we can put you on a 10-day, or we'll bring you through the G League. That's disrespectful as fuck. There used to be some honor to this shit. You guys laugh and joke. Asian people don't laugh and joke at their heroes. Asians would have never let you call a #1 draft pick out of high school a bust, especially not by a bald head bitch ass nigga that couldn't play. White people would have loved up on a white boy and called him the greatest thing that beat black people. They would have made him like Larry Bird. They would have said he was better than Jordan if he was been a white boy out of high school. But somehow, black folks, we can put on a gimmick and we can put up a game that white people will pay for, and we are all joining in on the fun, not even recognizing what it means to other little kids, not even recognizing what Cam Newton means to other black quarterbacks. Because we the laughy joke, violent culture that claim Wakanda and Black Lives Matter. But when it's time to see what it looks like to support black life, you motherfuckers joke and play and talk all the fucking time. We got black girl magic. There's plenty Kwame Browns. Where is the black boy magic? Why do we allow white folks to keep pointing at woman, woman, woman and telling us it's disrespectful to show what black boys are doing? How many white boys was able to get a mama $10,000 a month and buy them a motherfucking house? Coming from nowhere. They study niggas like me. This nigga not violent. He don't hate white people. He don't hate black people. Well, this nigga is violent if you come a fucking with him. But if you don't, this nigga cool as a fan. But every show, this black man that you ever heard anything about me, guess what they were doing? They were telling you about my murderous daddy. Now you telling me in America, they can't tell you about a black male accomplishments before they tell you about what his daddy did? In America, when I made my own way, they introduced me to the world about what my daddy did on the Breakfast Club. And a black man said it proudly while he was switching his ass in a seat, standing behind a goddamn flag with him with toys, bending over another goddamn man. So everything I represent, that nigga can't stand because I'm a motherfucking man. And I told my brother I don't want to talk because these motherfuckers don't want to hear what a man got to say. You don't see men on TV. You see motherfuckers that got to read a script. You don't see men that'll give pushback and say, fuck that. Men like this, men don't wear dresses. And I don't give a fuck what society's saying. We don't do that. Oh, no, you're not being inclusive. Fuck that. If it's a man, it don't do that. This shit is sad. Get all these nice, safe space niggas that read books and talk all this bullshit. But nigga, you don't know the struggle I know. You don't know what it's like to go back to your park and you try to spend $1 million in the hood and white folks say, come here. Come here. You got to go spend $1 million over here in this district first. You got to go make us look good first. And if you don't do that, you're going to go to jail a lot. If you don't do that, every article going to be bad about you. If you don't go on this black person show and talk about your murderous daddy, because my mama didn't tell me to do that. If you don't go on this black woman show and you don't tell this woman no. If you don't go on her show and push this narrative that black males are the most violent, aggressive, angry thing, and your mama was the greatest thing since sliced bread because she's a single mama, and I'm like, whoa. And my mama said, no, don't do that, son. You was the one handing me $200 a week. Don't do that, son. Don't you trick them women like that. This is hard. See, we've been brainwashed for a long time. We used to tell the truth. My mama say, no, you not finna go. I say, Mom, but they told me that this ain't the type of woman you say no to. She said, well, I'm telling you, don't do it. Your daddy made a mistake. And she never even told me what all he did. Your father made a mistake, but he was a good man at one time. He just lost his way. He took care of me. He took care of you. I never worked for anything. We had land. He had trucks. He had a business. He lost his way. She never made me think that this man that birthed me or helped birth me was the worst thing in the world, this monster that the media tried to make him out to be. Because it's a Christian nation, right? We're supposed to be forgiving. Everybody make mistakes, right? But no, when it's certain people that say something, you highlight those mistakes, right? When everybody else, they just get to go to counsel. When it's the people you like senators that can talk shit about Trump, Andrew Gillum, and then end up butt naked, allegedly on the floor with drugs around him, with a wife, and with white boys allegedly donkey fucking him. Won't even get donkey fucked allegedly by a black man, but he love our people so much. These are the motherfuckers they put in front of us. A bunch of lying, backstabbing, weak men. And then they get protection. Oh, he's just gonna go to counseling and he'll be back running the show. This is a game you in. You in a simulation. And here come metaverse. This is a game. You keep making our black males look weak. How many motherfucking football players there is that's millionaires before 24? But we can't get no black boy magic. How many goddamn basketball players it is in the league that's black and changing the lives of their family? But we can't get no black boy magic because we don't want black people to think we ain't shit. And you niggas better stop taking your money to these white people. And that's all I can say about that. Stop taking your money to these white people. Or you gonna know what I know. This shit is a game. You niggas in a game. And Vlad was gonna get in the algorithms either way it go. I didn't answer the FaceTime call because I was taking my goddamn time. I told you this mama's cooking. Don't nobody rush me to do shit. I don't give a fuck about no 4 million. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I've been famous before. This YouTube, I was the #1 motherfucking draft pick. So what? A bitch ass nigga that couldn't play tried to diminish what I did. Nigga, I made history. So I've been famous before. So I'm not rushing. I'm not a fame whore. And I really don't like to be around a lot of new people. I'm just a regular guy. So that didn't impress me about Vlad. I didn't jump and rush and say, hi, I'm on Vlad. But he been calling me. But you jump in the algorithms by asking a question in a way where it was disrespectful to me. I would have liked to been able to be open up to your platform, at least tell the other side, my nigga. If you gonna say he didn't live up to the expectations of a #1 draft pick, then you need to also say that Michael Jordan, which is your player, owner, boss, was on the damn team. And that this #1 draft pick was the first #1 draft pick ever to only play 14 minutes a game. And most of them was in garbage minutes. And then I wish you would have said, hey man, but on the for real, how can a kid that's that talented, that had an opportunity to make that type of money and to change his whole family history, I would do the same thing. But no, you tried to make it look weak. You tried to make it look wrong. You tried to make it look bad. Because this shit all about money, people. Gilbert Arenas get up there and say, and Gilbert, I try to like you a little bit, man. I know you mean well, but you don't know this struggle, my nigga. I wish you would stop speaking for me because you don't know what I know. You don't know that the hardest fight down south is a white boy trying to steal my land. They trying to tax me out my shit or doing this or that or stealing goddamn motherfucking tree stands and shit, nigga. You don't know my struggle. So it's a different perspective. So talk to me before you start talking about me. This shit ain't got nothing to do with no player in high school. And I know you was in my draft, and maybe there's a little bit of jealousy there on where you got picked. But my nigga, I was ready, willing, and able to go at my position. If you actually look at the games that I've actually played in, my brother, a high school player that needed some polishing on the offensive end was still getting 6 and 7 goddamn blocks, still grabbing 15, 18 rebounds. And everything I gave you on the offensive end should have been a positive, sir. Kobe only averaged 13 points. You guys are not being realistic about this high school thing. These boys are great. Yes, they have a learning curve, but they're younger. They're more vibrant. You look at the Lakers, they running their ass out the gym. These young players, John Morant, and these guys that's coming out, they running these old niggas out the gym. If it ain't for the media, keep putting them and making these niggas relevant. These young niggas in Cleveland, these young boys running these old niggas out the gym. Westbrook, who? LeBron, who? These young niggas done took over. And that's what they're afraid of. It's a shame in America you only tell one side of the story when it's black. And it's all the negative shit. How every TV show, every person mentioned Kwame in the same exact light. Oh, well, he was just the number one draft pick. He didn't live up to his potential. Yeah. What is the potential for a guy that's coming from the hood? You want to talk about potential? Some bitch, before I even got on your radar, what is the potential for a child who's one of 8 to a father who's in prison, who's in the hood now, fighting and fending for himself? What is the trajectory for a kid like that? It's amazing how no one picks up on the other side of the story. What business call in 5 minutes, nigga trying to rhyme me. Get your ass offline. But I'm rolling right now. Hold up now. Give me 5 more minutes, Twan. Give me 10 more minutes. Anyway, since we keep talking one side of the coin, right? What is the trajectory of a kid coming from a household with a murderous father, one of 8, became a McDonald's All-American, player of the year? You telling me that's what you had in the cards for a kid like me? Or was it prison? You telling me that you can't even talk about the other side of the story, that the trajectory of the #1 draft pick was never even in the fucking card for a kid like me from the hood that was in a cheese line, brother? So that scale has to be tipped a little different when you work the hard as I work and you got a weak ass, bitch ass nigga saying I'm lazy that don't even know me. Do you know how hard you gotta work, nigga? That story I told you about going to the park with no shoes and playing a nigga for his shoes and winning, that's a true story. You think a lazy nigga get that? The fuck out of here. So it's all about the brainwashing. So they reshape what you think about great black men. And now people approach me with that same attitude that they hear from weak ass niggas like that. Because remember, they say something that's dumb as fuck that people think is smart. They say perception is reality. That's what they say. I never understood that. Because how can you perceive something about me when you can walk you can walk to me, shake my hand and say, hey, how you doing? And you ain't got to perceive a motherfucking thing. I thought it was ignorance. If you want to perceive instead of coming up to introduce yourself and get to know. Fuck a perceive. If you're not a coward, come get to know. So I never liked this whole perception is reality, but that's the space people move in. They accept anything. They don't go up to nobody and meet them no more. It's, hey, friend that I'm safe with, that I'm comfortable, that I know, that might not tell me when I'm full of fucking shit, that's helping me be fragile as fuck. Hey, friend, do you know that person? Is he fragile like us? Will he make us feel comfortable and safe? Nah, that motherfucking nigga right there, he gonna tell the truth. This nigga curse. This nigga smoke, he drink, he a rootin' tootin' country son bitch, he don't get it. He not gonna understand us. You know, he don't understand the rules. No, I don't get none of that. I don't get none of that. And most men I knew used to not get none of that. But now we got whole ass billionaires, and I guess we supposed to be proud and happy because he's a billionaire. But a nigga like me, I don't give a fuck if you ain't got $1. If you walking upright with respect like a man trying to go get $1 in the right way, I respect and I salute you double time. But if you a nigga with $1 billion being carried by any man, white or black, nigga, I can't stand you. What you represent don't represent me, nigga. You want to keep tricking these kids to thinking that's what they got to do for money, nigga. That ain't no motherfucking man, son.
That's how I was raised. I don't give a fuck if he got a Billy behind his name. Put 2, 3, 4. Soon as your ass got carried by a man, a nigga like me and who I was raised by, look at that nigga say, that ain't no motherfucking man, son. Cause a motherfucking man will never let a nigga carry him nowhere. I don't give a fuck if you an actor. We gonna cut the scene and I'm gonna walk. That ain't gotta be in the scene. I get carried as no goddamn man. But y'all wanna act. No, that ain't acting. That's imagery. That's imagery. Look at him. He's a billionaire. And then everything you look about, you look at his catalog. Purple dress, wig, pink dress, clapping hands, acting all effeminate, penis coming through doors in one movie, rock carrying you in another movie, treat you like a baby and you're a grown billionaire. Man, you're white. Shut up, Kwame. Shut up, boy. Let me get to my meeting, because a lot of people ain't connected to nothing, and they don't understand this white boy tactics. And when I say white boy tactics, mean they try to make our strongest look the weakest. They make the niggas that say I don't do that. They try to make us broke. They try to make us look weak. They try to destroy our families. They try to make everybody think everything negative about when we do the most good. And the people they put in front of you are the worst, snakiest son of a bitches you ever want to meet. But you're going to keep meeting them because they look good. You're going to like them. They're going to be in the algorithms. See, my YouTube page is no longer in the algorithms because I'm saying things that they don't want you to hear. But see, I noticed something, Mr. Vlad. I noticed how your YouTube page and your algorithm somehow align with mine. Every time my video go off, your video pop on whether I want it or not. All the suggestions come through your page and First Take and the Breakfast Club now. And I don't even watch none of you no more. See, we're in a simulation. We're in a game. They want you to believe that the Busty Bus message is off. And he just talked about trading and coding. Even allegedly, I think they pay YouTubers to say all kind of outlandish things about me to get you not to like me. Because our attention span is very quick. So if it's not a catchy wave no more, then people will go to the next wave. So that's what the algorithms mean. Ride the wave. No, you I like it when you ride my wave. Y'all heard that song? Yeah, that's what they do. They make you niggas ride a wave. So I was the wave. And then they say, oh shit, this nigga saying something. He a Republican, he with Trump, he with this, he with that. He don't like his baby mama, he say this. He don't like his kids, he don't say this. Well, my kids say different. It's videos and facts and evidence and shit to the contrary. Depositions and all. I just don't like to be fucking with. See, I see all that black girl magic. I understand it. I get it. See, I understand a queen can stand beside me, but she will not ever stand above no nigga like me. And I'll make sure she know that. You looking at black boy magic, and they just don't put it on TV. Fuck you talking about. And there's a lot of black boys that's some hell of a niggas. They just don't get that shot. They just don't get that shine. Just like me. They get a shine to the prison niggas. They get a shine to the rappers that's gonna trick niggas off the street. They get a shine to the dope dealer. They don't get no shine to no hell of a niggas. I don't shoot at or kill or harm no man that's not threatening violence towards me. I've never been a liability to anyone past 14. I've been an upright, rootin' tootin' son bitch that made his own way since 14. I've helped everyone around me, even my community, my neighbors, who ask about me. But the only thing they want to tie me to is this draft pick and some white boy expectations when they put me in for 14 minutes. With a 40-year-old player that couldn't let go. And you want me, why everybody want me to think about myself so down and negative and bad? Why all these outlets want this black man to think so low? Nigga, that shit ain't working. The shit didn't work. And you know what happens when a pressure don't bust a pipe. You get a hell of a nigga. And guys, that's not arrogance. Ladies, that's not arrogance. There is so much negative things about black men. There's so much negative things about me that I always pump myself up. I talk to myself with the greatest of speech. I always say positive things to myself. You gonna get this. Nigga, you gonna own that. You gonna be the #1 draft pick. And guess what? I haven't said nothing yet that I ain't do. Now things seem to be taking a little longer because people paying attention to me. But I haven't said anything yet I haven't done. No, I take that back. Dreams have changed. I wanted to be a fireman. But then when I said I wanted to be the #1 draft pick. Dreams work, people. It starts with a manifestation through a dream or through your tongue. And so does a man will it. You can will things to happen. They don't want you to know that. They only want you to know racism. They only want you to know that you can't. They only want you to know doom and gloom. Because when you're in that headspace, you're not going to be dreaming. You're going to be looking at a target. You're going to be looking at whatever they tell you to look at. You're going to be looking at that white man. You're going to be looking at that boss. You're going to be looking at that girlfriend. Everybody holding you back but you. And the main thing that's holding you back is your mindset. See, they ain't like me since I was about 19. I've been in rooms talking too much. And they know I'm a hell of a nigga. And they've been trying to prove to y'all I'm not for 20 motherfucking years. And just now, I'm going to do the business of proving they a goddamn lie. Show me a 19-year-old that paid his own bills all the way. They say I'm all these things. Show me a 19-year-old that paid his own bills, still paying his own bills, 39. This truck I'm sitting in, I own it. The house I'm living in, I own it. No. Show me how many 19-year-old white boys can do that without daddy college for them. Show me how many white boys have my life history without the push from their daddy. I got the Hope Scholarship on my own. I got a D1 scholarship, bunch of them on my own. And then I became the #1 draft pick with the hard work and dedication and the will to do so, despite whatever situation I was in. Why are we not teaching that in schools? Why can't I go tell these young boys that instead of sending Stephen a weak-ass weasel to these high schools and colleges, why not send me? Every program that you politicians created, I was in. I can tell you what work and what don't. See, your education can't teach you what I know. See, I might not be educated. I might not have the computer skills. Hell, I might not have soft skills. But I got wisdom beyond my motherfucking years. I know that. And kids need to hear this instead of that weak ass shit and that weak ass theory. Cause I'm walking, living proof that if you put your motherfucking mind to any task, you can fucking do it. So thank you YouTubers that talked about my father being in prison. No child should have an excuse. I didn't have my father either. Thank you all YouTubers that say I was a single mother and my mother was a bad mother because I was walking up the street with no shoes. If that's the narrative you want to go with, but look at where I became. So obviously my mother was a hell of a woman. So, and look at the way I speak. I don't sound like a weak weasel, do I? So obviously my mama was a hell of a woman. So thank you for all you YouTubers that pointed out all the negative, because it was real bad. But look at the result with the right mindset. I disprove every narrative that most of you black race hustlers talk about on the day-to-day. Whoa, did I just say that? Oh, Kwame. Oh, Kwame, did you just say that? Did you just have an out-of-body experience? You're not in control of your thoughts. You know you crazy, boy. You know you can't talk about black leaders like that. Well, black leaders hadn't changed a goddamn thing yet. So it's high time we change these kids' mindset. Because you can do any motherfucking thing you want to do with the right mindset. Tell me I lied. Prove it to me. And I'll just hold a mirror up to myself and say, you're a damn lie. I'm looking at myself. I told y'all this shit was quicksand. Mama's cooking, bitch. Told you I studied you bitches for a long time. Toxic. Cut off words. You're male. Everybody don't want a man until they need a man. All we've been doing is cutting off real conversations by weaklings using victimhood to make it not safe to have a conversation. We destroy anything masculine. We destroy anything black. Here I am, the first #1 draft pick, and kids know me as a bust. That is not only hilarious, but it's hilarious. But I have a business call to make. Shout out to Carcino. Shout out to Self-Talk. Shout out to all the kinds. Bust life is gone. I don't even... I got so much energy that I can keep going all day. But black young men, make them give you black boy magic. Force it into Walmart. Demand it. It does not mean you don't like your sister. That is still your sister. You the one whipping ass for your sister. You the one whipping ass for your mama. You the one, some of you, the one pulling out that Draco for your mama and your sister. So it's a motherfucking black boy magic, and we gonna demand that it's in Walmart, it's in Target, and everywhere else. When his Christmas cards come out, it better be some goddamn black boy magic next year. And then I'm my mama's son. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make my own goddamn card. Mama son cards coming soon. Cause you some bitches gonna stop disrespecting black men the way that you've been doing. You only wanna highlight crooks, criminals, robbers, and rappers. It's some hell of a niggas like me though. No offense to none of the rappers. I like some of your shit. But I've changed my mentality. I only listen to the rappers that talk about protecting themselves. I don't listen to killer niggas no more. Nah. I don't hear no killer white man. So I ain't listening to no killer nigga. So, bust life out. Y'all have a blessed